It's day 16, my trainees, and you are over halfway. Fantastic, you're over the hump. You're over the hump, which is awesome. Now, it is the last day of the week. It's the last day of week 2, so that means that it's time to destroy your abs. And I know last week was pretty hard. That's fine. We're going to have a different focus this week. The abdominal muscles are obviously very important. They help protect your internal organs, help with your spine function, keep it all in place, and they help against rotational forces, as in like you being pulled in one way when you're not meant to. So we are going to focus on some rotation exercises to ensure that we can strengthen ourselves. So we're going to be working in several planes of movement today, transverse, sagittal and frontal, to make sure that we are working as best as possible and we have our abs as strong as possible. Sounds good? A lot of waffling, but let's do this. Warm up, make sure you're feeling ready, and let's go. Level 1s for our twisting movements today. We'll go for a mix of faster ones at the start with some more concentrated ones near the end. Starting with the standing twist, keep your feet planted, shoulder width apart, and move from the shoulders. There should be a slight twist at the hip at the top of each rep. Then take a seat for seated ring raise. You should be familiar with this one by now, so perform it for 28 reps before going into the Russian twist. The Russian twist has you in a similar seated position, but instead of moving the ring up and down your body, you're moving it across, generating movement with the core as well as the shoulder. You should have your upper body slightly twisted when you're at the top of each rep. We'll do 2 mini games in a row, which is core crushing and smack back. You'll have done these last week, so try and beat your score. Next, shake things out with the overhead hip shake. It's a smaller isolated movement with the hips, but it is pretty fun in general. Keep your arms as upright as possible and generate the movement from your hips to get the most out of this move. Next, hinge at the hips for the pendulum bend. The twist is going to come from the core here, and it is similar to that hinge pose from yesterday. Then, get into a lunge position with the overhead lunge twist. You're twisting from your core and holding. This is one of the best moves in the game overall, but it's pretty tough, so if you struggle for balance, move your feet slightly closer together and then drop your hips again. It gives a more solid foundation for you. Finish out with a final repetition of standing twist and you're golden. Level 2s, this session has a great focus on that transverse movement as well as hitting the obliques very hard. Warm yourself up with the knee lift before going into pendulum bend, a movement that you'll have performed well yesterday. Next, we're going to get into the revolved crescent lunge pose from the yoga selection. Get into your lunge position and twist the body to your side and slightly down so that your elbow touches the knee of your forward leg. Breathe out as you return in a slow motion. The slow movement builds a lot of intensity on the core here. Shake it out with a quick game of smack back and feel free to do advanced here as well. Standing twist gives you some more active recovery. Make sure that you move from the shoulders and twist till your hips move slightly. Overhead lunge twist is the next move to perform. It's similar to the revolved crescent lunge pose from earlier, but keep your arms up high and twist from the core. Brace and move your upper body to the side. Next, go for the faster leg scissors movement, which works your abductors and adductors in addition to stabilization from your rectus abdominis before doing the core crushing mini game for some active recovery. Finish strong with Russian twist and open close leg raise. Ensure that you are moving your upper body as well for the Russian twist for more benefits to the core, and open close leg raise involves that slower movement for a last burst of intensity for the week. My level 3s, for the workout today, I want to make sure we're doing a high amount of reps. Even if it is just an easier exercise, we are still fatiguing them through sheer volume. I don't recommend going under the reps shown here, but if you can increase them, go for it. Now we start with knee lift to get ourselves fully warmed up and the core primed before doing our 3 slower movements. Pendulum bend involves a twist at the core whilst keeping your legs static, fighting against gravity. Overhead lunge twist is next, keeping the legs still and the upper body twisting round. If you need additional stability, move your feet slightly closer together before dropping your hips. Now repeat that lunge position for the revolved crescent lunge pose. I'm sure your legs aren't really going to be thanking you here, but the transverse twist here will feel very good. Aim to get your elbow on your front knee for a good range of movement. Now for the faster reps. Flutter kick primarily uses your rectus abdominis, hip flexors and glutes for movement in fast motions, and the leg scissors moves your legs across the body while keeping your upper body still, so a lot of movement is generated by adductors and abductors. Rest for up to a minute, then go into seated ring raise and Russian twist. Make sure to move across your body as far as possible for the most out of the Russian twist, and if you want to make it more intense, extend your arms out as much as you can. You'll be fighting against a longer lever with the arms, and therefore it will be harder. Repeat the flutter kick and leg scissors to finish this set. If you're up for another round, feel free, as the active time here won't be huge. Don't go for more than 4 full rounds though. And that's it. You're there. You're done. You finished the last session for week 2. So congratulations. Tomorrow is going to be a full rest day for you. So I bet you're looking forward to it now. I bet you're looking forward to it now. It's fantastic. But yeah, look, how you found week 2? Have you been enjoying it? Do you think that you've worked hard? Are you noticing that certain moves are easier now from when they were at the start? I'd be really curious to see if you are making those sorts of progressions, if you are linking those things neurally. That'd be very cool. Now, let's do today's Fit Fact. And this one isn't so much of a fact as it is just a conversation about an issue, which is cheat days. I say issue, but I don't actually mean issue. I mean a concern. Because really, when you're eating healthy, you can feel very guilty when you want to eat something bad. But if you completely abstain from all the bad food, all the bad drink, all that stuff, you will find it very difficult, and it will be easier when you do have that bad food to just go into a binge and get all that stuff that you've been missing. So we don't want to do that. We want to avoid that, and I personally avoid that by programming in a cheat day. So you can have a couple of beers with your mates. You can have a nice meal out. You can have that pint of ice cream, or maybe not a pint of ice cream. You can have some ice cream. You can have whatever the food is that you want, but only on that one day. And then for the other 6 days of the week, you are eating healthy, you are sticking to your plan. This means that you can have some good stuff, but you can also stick to that fantastic diet that you're doing. You can make that progress still. You shouldn't be able to reverse the entirety of 6 days with 1 day's eating, okay? So it helps you curb binging. It gives you those feel-good endorphins from eating that nice food. And it just, it means that you can enjoy social things if you're in a position to go out socially at the moment. It can give you the vigor to go back into your diet and smash it for those other 6 days. So, I really recommend cheat days. Dwayne Johnson does them, so if it's good enough for him, it is definitely good enough for us, okay? So fantastic. I just really wanted to talk about that, to be honest. If you want to talk more, there's a Discord. The link is in the description. And yeah, fantastic. Let me know in the comments how you found this week, and yeah, give me your feedback, all the good stuff. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you tomorrow for a nice rest day.